Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of the GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, is yours truly, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family, who always got to make sure his hat is on point. The flies in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, King Tuco, bro. What's good?
Man, what's good with you, man? What's good with the people, man? You know what it is, man. It's that Wednesday night block party, baby, as the only we can do. Bro, man, full gear this Saturday, man. It's shaping up to look like a really good show. I gotta admit, the go home shows definitely got me pumped and ready for it. Hangman Page, Swerve, they definitely lit a fire under us. Even if they took the weed from the kids from high school drug dealers, which he went way left with that one.
Very specific.
Yeah, very specific, very, very specific. But other than that, man, a few little shenanigans throughout the show. But yeah, not a bad go home show. But then again, we still got the live collision that we got coming up Friday, so we still ain't figured out that one out. But yeah, we got enough going on, man. But other than that, man, not a bad show, bro. What you think so far overall, man?
I'm a mixed bag, man. I'm a bag of Skittles right now. I don't know what's going on. Like it pause. It was cool. It was cool. But it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. But again, like you said, man, it's the go home week. We already know what it is. You got that. You got this tonight. You got 2 live shows right before the pay-per-view. We didn't already talk, man. Just between Friday and Saturday alone, we got 9 hours of just AEW television. Not even to mention, SmackDown on top of that. So
Fro, what it do, baby? What up?
Oh, we got Fro in the building. What's up, Fro? But yeah, I mean, the show wasn't bad. It had its highlights, and at the end of the day, it's like for a go home show, it was decent. It was decent.
Yeah, it was a decent show. Right now, we're waiting for MJF to come out and talk his talk as they play the music. So the devil is making his way, or I guess the angel now. He's not the devil, from let it be told. But man, look, I'm not mad about, like I said, what Tony Khan has done. Even his announcement tonight for the Continental Classic, a round robin of matches. I'm okay. All right. I want to see who's all involved in this. Then I know you sent me the text. There's supposed to be a special signing this Saturday. So hey, I'm gonna be honest. If it ain't Will Ospreay, I don't even know who the hell else you can really sign that's gonna be that worthy for this type of an announcement. We know Hey does his announcements. Champ, what it do, man? Says not a good show. 2.3. Man, not really sure what you looking at. Earl says, man, what is a great go home show? No. Was it better than WWE's go home show? Yes. Both still need to give us more though. I mean, how much do you want, Earl? It's a pay-per-view coming up. I don't want them giving away too much. I want them to say something for the pay-per-view. As long as the pay-per-view shows out, the go-home show don't have to be excellent, perfect. It just have to have certain moments. And I think right now you had one with Paige and Swerve, and now we're about to get another one with Max. So we're gonna wait to see what happens here. But yeah, man, go-home show don't have to have everything go perfect about it. You just need to hype the pay-per-view that's coming up that following day or that week. Clive says, man, big shout out to the wrestling generation. What's up, man? Champ says, gotta say the talent for Saturday makes sense. I mean, of course, man. You don't want them to do something now and then be like, oh man, you done messed up. Why the hell you do this now? And we got a pay-per-view coming up Saturday. You got to save the best for the end. No SmackDown next week. WWE tribute to the troops. Wow. We'll see. That's why I can't see them not doing a SmackDown. SmackDown has been doing consecutive shows. They're going to do a SmackDown. They got to do a SmackDown. SmackDown ain't never not had a show. It's just like Raw. It's been continuously doing a show every day, every week. Regardless, even when they switch channels, they still come on every week. I can't see that happening.
No, I think he was saying like the episode of SmackDown was gonna be a tribute to the Troops episode.
Oh, I mean, if that's the case, I mean, it is what it is. They're doing it mighty early. They usually don't do those too closer to Christmas time. Why are they doing it this early?
It's weird, but I did hear they did tape it already, which is they usually do air like either on Christmas or like right after, depending on where Christmas falls. So this is early. It ain't even Thanksgiving yet. Damn.
Right. That's mighty early. Fro says, man, it's cool that Tony is willing to sign Dolph for the initial pop and then let him sit and do nothing. I mean, Dolph could be a nice little sign. I forgot about Dolph, so I could see that too. Clive with the post. Tribute to Troops will replace the SmackDown airing on December 8th. This will be the 21st edition of the special that will honor the U.S. Army. I mean, yeah, but it'll be a SmackDown Tribute to the Troops special. I can't see them not having SmackDown, not as a show. Like, I can't see that. Like, it's going to be SmackDown something. SmackDown Tribute to the Troops. That's what it's going to be. But it's going to be a SmackDown show. Right now, man, we got Max in the ring talking that talk, man. So let's listen to what he got to say for a minute before we dive into this AEW Go Home show.
Yeah, because he looking real serious right now.
I mean, you got a reason to be upset, man. Man took his title. Somebody's walking around with his devil mask, portraying to be him, if it's not really him. Some people say we know who it is. I don't think it's that person, but it'd be interesting to see if it is him.
Yeah. Me too, bro. Me too.
That's what made it really feel special.
Like when they was actually over at the actual like bases in like Iraq and Afghanistan.
Right. Like that's what made it special. And you know it. To the man who stole my devil mask, who hired those goons. I want you to know something, heed my words. I am going to find out who you are, and when I do, there will be hell to pay. All right. He threatened the man in the mask. He's threatened Jay White. We got Jay White coming out. Please, you're gonna make me sick. Just stop. Drop the act because you are embarrassing yourself. There will be Punk is back, Leo says. If the pay-per-view is the main event, then the go-home show should be the co-main event. They treat the go-home shows like they're the prelims. I mean, yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what the go-home show is. I mean, I don't want them jeopardizing any particular match that's going to be on the pay-per-view. That's supposed to be, that's supposed to be on there. I mean,
oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead, bro. You good.
No, I would say even for some of the go home shows back in the day, you got a good go home show, but you didn't get everything, man. They just further told the story for the pay-per-view coming up.
Yeah, it's like this, man. The go home show is the appetizer. The pay-per-view is the entree. You don't want to get full before the big meal. You just want something that kind of,
Earl just want to eat his dessert before dinner. That's all, Earl, man. Earl trying to eat his dessert. Earl trying to get his dessert, and right now, and then he ain't gonna have.
Is his eyes bigger than his stomach?
Man, hell yeah, man. You know how Earl get down, man. Earl want that dessert first, man. That's all that is. Fro says, man, who do you think is the devil? Jungle Boy? Could be. That'd be a hell of a surprise.
Hey, look, he ain't been on TV since August. Hey, he been out long enough.
No, Punk ain't there no more, so he might be able to come back.
Hey, I don't know if Jungle Boy's still getting paid.
You said what?
I don't know if he's still getting paid. Like, even though he's not on TV, like he's suspended. I don't know. It's like he's suspended, like as in just like you can't be here or you ain't getting paid either. Cause that'd be fucked up.
Right. As the Gun Club and Juicy are running into the ring to take over, to be down on Max. Earl says, man. Leo says Earl. Wait a minute, hold on. Leo says Earl wants the steak before the free bread and butter. Hell yeah, he does. He says, man, the devil is kind of small. The devil is kind of small, Fro.
That's why
That's
a
why
lot of
I'm
people
like,
think it's Brit.
I don't think it's Brit. I don't think it's Brit.
I don't see why it would be Brit though. Like to me,
Yeah,
that would.
I don't need it to be Brit. Like Brit fits no purpose into that.
Yeah.
Earl says, man, they giving me vegetables and sides. Damn it, where's the meat? The meat is Saturday, Earl, man. The meat is Saturday, man. You get the appetizer before the meal, man. That's just how it rolls, man. The go home show is the appetizer.
Earl, no, brother. He's just trying to be difficult. That's all.
All right, MJF got laid out.
Was the night before an ass beating.
No, Saturday is dessert. Saturday is dessert. Well, Earl, man, look here. Don't never let me take you out to dinner because, bro, Earl eating dessert first. He getting a pie a la mode. He getting a banana split. He getting all that.
Hey, that's gonna be a cheap bill because I'm leaving. I'm gonna hit with hey, bro. I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
Oh man.
Oh
All
shit.
right, man. We got Samoa Joe looking at the monitor. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. I like where Samoa Joe is at right now, man.
Yeah.
My man had his little run with the ROH Tag Team and Television Championship. He made, he got the reign for the longest title reign. You know what I'm saying? He got that down, and now, he's moving on to big and better before he get out of here. My man needs to be a world champion one last time before it's time for him to really hang it up, because we weren't really sure if Joe would even be able to even wrestle or be, do anything as much as he has been. So most definitely, man, I'm game for Samoa Joe title run, even if it's not long. Man, he ain't got to have a long run, just respectable. Leo says Earl right now is the what is it, the marinate. Oh, yeah, he said right now it's the marinate. Let it marinate for the next 48 hours. All right, man. See, yeah, look, man. See, everybody else seems to understand except for Earl. Earl want his dessert right now.
Hey. I love Earl, but I gotta get on him. Earl, the type of person, man, he skipped the foreplay. He just want to dive right into it dry. He want to, what I'm saying? You got to get the engine ready. You got to get it going. Man, you got to let it warm up a little bit. You can't just hop in the car in the middle of the icy winter and pull off. No, man,
We're trying to
blow
ground that thing, huh?
Yeah. You gonna blow the damn battery out, man. You know what I'm saying? The engine gonna overheat. You got to take your time with it. You got to ease into it, man. Your shit gonna be idling high. I mean, come on, Earl. You know what, Earl? I got something for you. Franchise right here, man. One-on-one GOW at the Dark Style. Look, I got you, bruh. Going to this pay-per-view on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, just go into it with no expectations. Just go into it zero. Start at a zero. I dare you to have a more horrible time than starting at a zero. And if that is the case, you are just looking for a reason not to be happy, Earl. And just like any broken relationship, I can't help you unless you want to help yourself. Okay? All right.
Hey, Leo already said, hey, Earl, make your way up to the HR office, bro.
Yeah, man. Damn, Earl.
Earl trying to break all the rules.
Man, Earl ain't never satisfied. Like, goodness
damn, Earl. Like, damn, Earl. What else we got to do, Earl? I mean, damn. I mean, we hype, man. We got a prediction show for tomorrow, man. We got a prediction show for you, man. We gonna add to that appetite, man, of you just wanting to see this pay-per-view, man. Come on, Earl. Come on now, Earl.
I mean, come on, huh? You said MJF didn't wrestle enough. Now, on another pay-per-view, you got him wrestling twice. I mean, come on, you get to see a champion. Hey, you might not see this man at AEW in 3 months. We don't know. Earl, man, just let it come to you. Hey, Joe says Earl gave Full Gear 1.8 already. see, look, Joe everybody knows you so well. Couldn't even round it up to a 2. Couldn't even round it to a 2.
It's at 1.8, goddamn it. He said the dessert was garbage. He said, Trump says, man, AEW hasn't missed on the pay-per-view yet. I think All In was All Out wasn't that great.
Yeah.
All Out was a miss for me.
But to be fair, I think All Out would have succeeded had it not been so close to All In, which set all which it was so much hype between that. It was just like, bro, you could have threw WrestleMania on that next week. It wasn't gonna keep up with the hype of that, just already. So that was TK fault. But hey, you live and you learn.
I mean, yeah, because it seemed like All Out was already booked, and then All In came, and then it was like, shit, well, we already got this, so look, we're just gonna do this. It is what it is. We're just gonna go ahead and go with it. All right, bet. So
and then we killed it too because you sold the people on CM Punk being at All Out. So it was like, all right, so people kind of already knew, like, all right, All In gonna probably be the better show, but at least we get Punk. And then there's like, no, you're not.
There's no Punk. Yeah, there's no Punk. Aladdin, what's going on, fam? What's good, Aladdin?
What's happening, big dog? What's happening?
All Out a week after All In is gonna be a tradition. Man, look, they're gonna have to better hype both pay-per-views, because one, you got to convince people to buy to spend $100 within the week, because that's basically what happened.
And you better keep
that's another problem right there. That's gonna be a huge problem right there.
And I think they should keep All Out in London. Like, I think the thing that kind of fucked it up this year was you had this big spectacle for All In. Then a week later, you had it in regular ass Chicago, and it wasn't really much fanfare.
But to be fair, Chicago was going to be different because we were going to get Punk there.
That's true.
And then a whole bunch of other. So that was a bit different. But maybe they need to package it differently. Like maybe charge us $80 for, like, look, we'll charge you $40 for each pay-per-view. You spend $80, you get 2 pay-per-views, because we're asking you to spend it. And it's like, bro, like, come on, man.
And you talk about adding more pay-per-views next year, like, bruh.
But my thought is, because of how this All Out felt, will people be willing to want to watch next year's after All In? That's the thing. All In is going to get all the hype because you're going back to Wembley, and you're going to have the new talent of whoever you have and whatever's going on at that time. So it's like, how do you bring that after that? Like, and you already had one kind of debacle. We can't foretell what's going to happen again next year. So I don't know if you really want to gamble on that again. But hey, TK said bump it. We gonna do what it do. Real quick, Champ says, I think they're hoping to have a streaming deal by next year. Now they are supposed to be on Max. Now, if they stream and they get on Max, then that'd be different. That will be different. That's a whole different outlook, because then you can look at that like WWE, and you just charging people $10 to $15, whatever, and you get to watch the pay-per-view, and that's fine. That's cool. I'm fine with that. I'm damn sure fine with that, because I'd rather do that than pay $50. I mean, even though we split it between me and you, but still.
$50. And somebody said that too. like a lot of people were complaining online. It was like this, and a lot of people were adding Tony Khan on Twitter. It was like, and a lot of people feel like this card isn't worth the $50 price tag they're advertising it for.
What, for Full Gear?
Mm-hmm.
No, I see. That's the thing. I feel it is, because it's a pay-per-view, and the way that they do their pay-per-views. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like that's a bad thing. It's fair, and considering, at least with WWE, they go up on their pay-per-views. Certain pay-per-views, they will go up on pay-per-views. At least Tony's been consistent with it just being $50, plus tax. It's $49.99 plus tax. That right. You paying $52-$53, whatever. But it's been that same rate all the way through. Like he ain't raised it, he ain't changed it. And again, it's not like he's put on a lot of pay-per-views. Yeah, we got a lot more in the last few months than we have in the last 4 years. Yeah, that's been a difference, but I don't think it's that bad of a deal. Like, that's still a good deal, because again, he was only putting on maybe 4 to 5 pay-per-views a year. So, bro, that was $125 you spending that on the WWE network. I mean, or Peacock, whatever. You spending that same amount. So it's like it balanced itself out.
And I'm gonna be honest, like AEW pay-per-view, I know I'm pretty sure I might know how you feel, but I ain't gonna speak for you. I'm gonna speak for myself. But the thing is, You remember when AEW first started? We like, man, we ain't buying these damn papers. We ain't buying this shit. Like, because we got so spoiled, right, with WWE and the way they did it. But then, like, we start like realize, like, shit, man, they like we putting on some bangers. All right, let's split it. Let's do it every other. And now, even though it's like it's $50, whatever the case may be, I don't look at it and be like, damn, man, I gotta spend $50. But it's like you say, because for the most part, even with the few disappointing
with the
paper.
last couple of months, it's been different. Like the last couple of months has been the most different. But before that, bruh, it was like, all right, we spent 50 months in January. Probably didn't spend another $50 until about April, May. So it's like, all right, cool, Tony. I ain't mad, Tony. Whatever, it's cool. Then you didn't spend another 50 till about June or something like that, like June, July. So it's like, bro, that's man, 3 months. I got 3 months to get $50. That ain't shit. I got time, bro. Let's all right, man. Let's do that shit. That's cool. But but you know, but I want to get to Earl's comment, man. He says, man, y'all misunderstanding me. I'm saying sell the pay-per-view. The viewers should be let on the edge of their seat for the pay-per-view. We're not getting like that. We're not getting like that. We should. And I get what you're saying, Earl. And that's just been the product of wrestling as of late. Like this is the best and the most you're gonna get. We still hold that Attitude Era to a standard because it took us to a whole new level that we didn't think it would ever go. And we don't know how to let go of that motherfucker. I'm just gonna be honest. We don't. Even if we do understand there's a difference between things and production and all that stuff and time and just how they've evolved and changed things and what you can and can't do. We all understand that. Not saying you don't, not saying we don't. We all understand that. But there is even for us, there's still a certain level of shit. It's just like, this is the standard. And if this is the standard, then everything else you do is below that standard. So it doesn't get looked at as this was actually pretty good or this was actually pretty decent. It gets looked at as, man, this was trash compared to what I expect, compared to what I know. And I feel like that's the only thing, man. Like WWE don't hit it on all the time. Like you said, they last go home show was trash. We gonna see what next week's do next week when they gotta do Survivor Series go home show. Is Raw gonna be good? Is SmackDown gonna be good? But I feel those of us who have come up through the Attitude Era and the ruthless aggression era of wrestling, we've come to a certain standard. And when we don't see that standard, we're not satisfied. So it's not that Earl don't appreciate it, but again, Earl has his taste. He's eating with his pinky out, all right, and you know what I'm saying. So it is what it is. We respect it, Earl, but I think that's just what it is.
But you know what too? I agree, but I also want to take into account because you and I we talked about this a little bit last week when we talked about how all the shows back then they felt must see, especially before DVR and all that. Because if you didn't watch it that night, you had to wait to the next show or the next SmackDown. And you might call highlights on the replay, but other than that, if you missed it, you missed it. Now you got so much accessibility. Not only can you watch it anytime on your TV and your laptop on your phone, but I think social media and the internet is really killing it too, killing the mystique of the business because you can go on here and okay, if a show was taped, if SmackDown was taped like it used to be, you still didn't know what happened till that Friday when you saw it. Now it's like, okay, if they tape SmackDown today, when this shit air on Friday, I already know. So if I read it, that spoils it for me because now it's just like, all right, well, it's like watch. It's like me telling you the plot of a movie before you get a chance to see it. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is too, like on social media, you got people portraying this character on TV, and then you get invested in it, and then you go on their social media, and it's completely different. Like there's a disconnect. Back then, what you saw is what you saw. You knew that in real life, the Undertaker wasn't like that on the everyday to his family.
No, you didn't, because you had people who really believed that that's how that dude lived. Like as much as we should know better, as much as we should know better, you had people really believing this dude was living in a hole some goddamn where, burying souls.
Hey, to be fair, I did think that Kane got burned in the fire, so I agree.
Hey man, look, I shit you not. Okay, there was a certain way about the realism of some of these guys. Like when you think of the Austin and the Rock, and you saw the way they showed up, man, people really think Stone Cold really was walking into WWE, walking up to Vince McMahon, giving him a middle finger and stunning his ass, and then walking off to go practice what he gonna do later on. Like, nah, like, that's not really that's not really how it went.
That ain't how it go down.
That's not how it really go down, but you have that, man. So I don't think it's so much as I get what your point is. I don't think it's so much of that with everything. I think when it comes to the TV shows, that's a thing. I think that's more of the bigger issue. Like when it comes to the pay-per-view, it's the setup. And again, it's the here's another issue. It's the believability of the stars. It's the people that you trying to sell to us as being these great talents and all this other stuff. And we watch people lose more than they win. And you trying to convince us that these people are great. So it's kind of hard for people to buy in that this is a great pay-per-view when you're trying to sell me on two people who I just watched lose 10 matches in a row. Why do I hell believe that these dudes are any good or this is exciting? Because they're going to put on one good hell of a match. That means nothing. If you won't do anything with it, there's a certain standard that we've come to. And there's a certain thing that when we notice bullshit, we're quickly dismissive of it.
Yeah.
I want to get to a couple of comments, and we're gonna run through the show real quick because we're gonna really have everything for y'all tomorrow. The champ says, man, he's got his cinema tickets for Full Gear. I can't. Oh man, that's gonna be a hell of a enjoyment. Champ says, I think it's tough for wrestling fans if you like both, but you can't afford to watch both. It forces people to choose whatever someone chooses, WWE or AEW. They will love the one they choose and knock the one they don't. I back in the day, I would believe that when WWE was putting on $50 pay-per-views and then WCW was coming up, but WWE is on Peacock.
Yeah,
for $9.99. If you want $9.99, you good. You might have to watch some commercials, but you watching every pay-per-view they have.
Right.
That's $9.99. And again, the AEW is not coming on every month. So even if they add a couple of months, it's still not every month. So there's breaks in it. Now, when it gets to the moment where AEW and WWE decide they want to put a pay-per-view on the same week or a week apart from each other or back-to-back week, whatever, stuff like that, then you may have more of a point for that. But yeah, I don't think it's so much as that. Clyde says, man, as long as Kenny Omega's fighting, he's good with it. He's the main event. Franchise, we have to rent videotapes back in the day. Undertaker wife would get stalked. We wonder who it was and no internet. Man, look here. By that time it was internet because we knew who it was. Joe says Hex franchise thought he was really John Cena, put the STF on the fool. hey, see the thugonomics right there, man. The franchise. Hey, man, but I get what you're saying though, Earl, man. You want them to, you have a standard, and I just feel like they didn't meet your standard. So I get what you're saying.
Hey man, look, ain't nothing wrong with having standards, you know. We busting your balls, but goddamn, man, hey Earl, you got to solidify it just a little bit, man. Goddamn, hey, sometimes it really is the personality, Earl.
Just a little bit, just a little
bit, man. Goddamn, hey, get a little loose just one weekend, man.
Right. Just once, Earl. Let it all hang out. All right, man. Look here, man. So look, the show started off, man, this go home show that Earl was so disappointed in. It started off with Hook and Orange Cassidy going up against Mox and Yuta. The match was a little bit up and down, but Moxley and Yuta ended up getting the victory. Moxley basically told Orange Cassidy, boy, I'm a mollywop your ass and take your title and just make you irrelevant again. That's basically what he said to him. I'm paraphrasing, but I feel like that's what he really said to him. And then, of course, man, they hinted on the Of course, of some of the other matches that was going on, and then we got Heyman, Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland. Look, I feel like not Swerve, Hangman coming out and just talking completely. Swerve didn't say a thing. I didn't expect that. I thought Swerve may say something, but he didn't say anything. So to let Hangman kind of have that, uh, it was cool. He definitely said a lot of stuff. He got on Nana. He told him, man, hey man, he just dancing and stealing, doing, making money off your back, and then taking that money to the what do you say, to the playground and buying weed from the high school kids. Like, damn man, damn man, you just
put my boy out there, man.
Yeah, you got that boy on a watch list for real now, man. Like, damn, man, they looking for Nana in the schoolyard now, man. It's like, damn, Paige. But hey, and of course he had to put his paws on Nana because he can't do it to Paige, or he can't do it to Swerve, or they'll be suspended for the rest of the year, and we won't get this match. Uh, Real quick, man, your thoughts on this, man? Hangman Page and Swerve Strickland.
I mean, look, Hangman again, like what they claimed. I have no issue with stating I was wrong. I was wrong about Hangman. I was wrong. I was disappointed in his reign as world champion. And that was many different reasons. His fault and not so much his fault. And I feel like his believability, man, it just got to a point where I feel like he was much like the Young Bucks, always bitching and whining and complaining. Man, get the fuck off the screen. I want to see that shit. Shut up. But,
Right.
but being a father, being a man, I can relate to this version of Hangman. It's like, bruh, it's gloves off. I ain't got time for that niceness. I ain't got time for niceties and being humble. No, fuck that. You came into my house, my wife, my baby. Oh, it's on. It's personal. And I'm a beat your ass. And I'm gonna take my son. And what do you say? Every November we're gonna go to your grave and piss on it. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. But yo, when he said that, yo, I know we live in the era of wrestling now where you got to sprinkle in reality with storyline. But
Right.
I didn't even know Swerve even had a fiance or was about to be. I didn't know that. So when he brought that up, I don't think that was nothing that it was like just public knowledge. So when he said it, I was like, yo. Then he brought up the thing about the kids. His kids not fucking with him. I'm like, yo, like, whoa, hold on. Oh, we getting real right now. Okay, wow. And like you say, when Swerve, when Heyman brought that line up about his wife and then his kids, for a split to me, I'm looking at Swerve. It's like Swerve went from Swerve to character. It's like, oh, bitch, bruh. Okay. Now, I feel like I've seen the real. I feel like I seen the person behind Swerve. Like the every. I'm like, oh, he's salty. Okay, and when he didn't say nothing, I'm like, you know what's worse than somebody barking back at you? A motherfucker that don't say shit at all. Because now oh, it's on site. So, bro, I'm ready. And it's a death match?
Texas, right? It's on site, so I'm hyped for that. So I'm like, all right, okay, TK, you okay, you got me pumped for this match, TK.
But let me ask you this, because we've seen quite a few death matches in AEW. Some hit, some didn't. How violent do you think this match has to be? Because I think you got
violent as all the other matches they've gotten in AEW. When it comes to matches like this, they're going to be violent. There's going to be blood. There's going to something shocking is going to happen, and it'll be the flow of the match that will really determine if it's good or bad for a lot of people. But I expect chaos. I expect carnage. I expect two men to brutally beat the shit out of each other. Period. And we'll get to the predictions about all that tomorrow. But yeah, I expect that for tomorrow. Like not tomorrow. I expect that for Saturday.
Man, I had an EMS on standby because somebody getting
get the EMS. Go ahead and have the doctors ready to operate. Like just operate right. As soon as the match over, just operate right then and there, man. You ain't even got time to get to the hospital. You want to do everything on site.
He said on site.
On site. The Kingdom had a little promo. Of course, Roddy Strong, man, he tried to tell Adam Cole MJF was the devil, but Cole wasn't really feeling none of that. And then of course, man, we got Sky Blue going up against Drywall, aka Dry Cake. And then of course she won. So then she's in a three-way match for the TBS championship. And Julia Hart and
Hello. Why drywall? I just knew you were going to say dry cake. He said drywall. What? Out of all the objects, Jesus said drywall. Oh man, I'm sorry. That just caught. That was just way left field. My bad.
Yeah, I was saying, I'm like, man, I got to fuck my boy head up tonight. I'm saying, how I'm gonna get him tonight? I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure something out by the time it's time for the show. Man. But yeah, but Sky Blue, she's gonna be in the three-way match for the TBS championship, which I'm glad TK is putting more women's matches on the pay-per-view. Thank you, TK. Finally, about that damn time. Took you long enough. Then of course, man, we got the Redeemer, letting it be known, man, this Friday. Whoo, the Redeemer, boy. Hey, man, I don't like the way this Redeemer talk, because this Redeemer, man, he's got such a he's too relaxed. Like, the ass whooping is in the bag. I'm just it's like the man, if the man didn't give a damn before, I don't know what he's doing now. It's like, bruh, man, him and Daniel Garcia, and that Daniel Garcia is my guy. He about to get mollywop, boy.
he about to get his ass beat.
Especially if he keeps hip thrusting towards old girl, then yeah, it's gonna be a CJ. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem.
You know what I can see? I can see him doing a hip thrust while Miro down and out, and then he turned around and Miro just kicked the shit out of him.
Clothesline the hell out of him. Hell yeah, I can see that. So we got that set up for Friday. Then of course Tony Storm, the new signee to AEW. What's the old girl's name?
Mariah May.
Mariah May. Of course, she had to go be a fangirl for Tony, which it is what it is. Then Samoa Joe came out, picked up a victory. Don't even care who he fought. Then of course with TK announced along with Bryan Danielson that the Continental Classic, a 12-man round robin tournament. The first participant will be Bryan Danielson, as he will be 100% healthy by the time the tournament starts. We hope. Don't want him coming back early and getting hurt worse. Definitely interested to see what this is. The tournament will end at World's End, December 30th. All right, TK, you trying to find something new and innovative. I'm feeling it. Okay, let's see what it do. Then of course, man, the Young Bucks beat Penta and Commander. Then of course, man, we got the Young Bucks talking shit to Omega in the back before Jericho walked up and a little scuffle happened. Then of course, the Guns picked up the victory. Warlow continues to basically mollywop anybody that's willing to spar against him and let Max know he is coming to whoop his ass. Of course, man, we got the family street fight. Don Callis family and Brian Cage against Omega, Jericho, Obishi, and Paul White, who pretty much got taken out early, which should have never been in this match in the first place. But Jericho and them ended up picking up the victory. And then, of course, man, we saw MJF come out and talk that talk about the Guns and the ROH Tag Team title match. Of course, Jay White and the AEW title match. And then, of course, the man behind the devil mask that he stole. Other than that, man, that was pretty much the show. Like, again, I think there was just some things to really just put over certain matches for the pay-per-view. So I feel like TK delivered on that. The I'm not gonna lie, that 8-man tag match, it might have started as something, but then it became a clusterfuck after a while.
Really?
I did really wasn't too much into that. That kind of really took the rating down for me a little bit. If I gotta give it, I'm giving it the original Earl special. I'm giving the show a 2.8. I thought the ending could have been a little bit more anticlimactic, but it wasn't. It was some good matches on here, which I was okay with. A lot of things that set up for the pay-per-view, I was okay with. And I didn't expect too much, but just enough to say, hey, we got this pay-per-view coming up. These are some of the matches we want you to pay attention to. enjoy the show. For the most part, a 2.8. I'm rolling with that. What was it? It was a couple of comments before I get to your final thoughts. Earl says, man, if this match were in WWE, there'd be no blood in this match, and it definitely a match for seeing some. Yeah, most definitely. So we know you gotta appreciate that, Earl. You're gonna see two guys beat the holy shit out of each other. Champ says, I'm sorry, but Daniel Garcia looks like some mall rat from the Euclid Square Mall that Mero is going to squash. Champ, you a fool. Then Leo says, man, Paul was in that match to look Hobbs to make I guess to get Hobbs to look strong. That was accomplished, of course, but still, Paul White's knees look like they're walking in crooked like Kenny Smith. Clive says, I feel Warlow or Masked Man will help MJF to win the mask. I think MJF, I don't think Warlow cares. I think Warlow just wants to just demolish him. He don't give a shit who's in the mask. Leo says the Swerve Page Nana segment was great. It was. Then of course, man, Clive says Phil Warlow or Masked Man will help MJF and people. Oh, he was refaded. I don't know, man. I don't think Warlow is. I can't say Warlow. I won't say Warlow. Like, he's legitimate, got beef, and there's a story to be told there. As far as somebody else that could potentially go up against Max and take the title off of him, be a threat to be something that Max may not overcome. Warlow's kind of there, and you already got enough backstory to where it ain't like something you got to create. It's already organically there. You can really make something great out of that. So, we'll see what comes of that, man. But other than that, man, like I said, that was the show. Bro, your final thoughts before we get out of here, man.
No, I'm right there with you. 2.8 is serviceable. Just like I said, the show was cool. I'm not too disappointed because, again, I didn't expect too much to begin with. It's a go-home show. We know how these go for AEW. We know how they go for WWE. I will say this. I think you said earlier in the show, I think you said about the signing being Jay White for Saturday.
Either Osprey or
sorry.
And then Fro said Dolph Ziggler, and I'm like, yeah, Ziggler could be it. I could see that. But yeah, Osprey or Ziggler. Outside of that, I don't really know anybody I can think of.
Tonight, Tony Khan just announced right after AEW went off the air on Twitter, Kota Ibushi is officially All Elite. So you got one more person that's officially added to the AEW roster. So hopefully they do something with that. But
I mean, he's always announcing those guys are elite, and then they go back to doing what they do. So
exactly, which is like what Fro said. It's almost becoming like Vince McMahon in a way, where it's like I'm feeling like TK, and this ain't no knock, but I'm feeling like TK is starting to grab talent for the sake of grabbing talent because he has the money to get the talent. And then we just sit and then we don't see them do nothing for a few months. And then it's like, all right, well, now we're going to just throw you somewhere. So it's just like, I kind of want TK to kind of focus more on the people he has already, but that's that.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, again, adding more women to the show. We had never be upset about that. And like I said, man, tonight was cool. Again, something else you already said. I'm just reiterating what you said. Most of what you said tonight was pretty much true. Tomorrow, we really gonna get more in AEW when it comes to these predictions. We got that. Then we got a shit ton of AEW on Friday. So it's just like, bruh, it's like I could talk more about AEW tonight, but we gonna talk about it enough this week. So hey,
yeah, man, we got tomorrow. Like I said, we got Friday, and then we got the pay-per-view. Shit, we can get more AEW than that,
man. But
and we also got our over/under. Don't worry, folks. Over/under is coming tomorrow, man. I definitely got a name. I definitely want to shout out, but I'm gonna save it for tomorrow. You want to know who we're gonna talk about? Man, y'all gonna have to tune in tomorrow, man, to find out. We ain't telling you.
Tune in. Speaking of tuning in, man, follow us, subscribe, click, like, hit the bell notification.
iHeartRadio, bitches. No.
Yeah, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora now as well. So you got that going on the socials: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. And if we have another social media, we should probably do. I can't think of it right now, but those are the main ones for now. And if you want
to just type in our name, we might pop up.
All day long. And if you want to, feel free to hit us at the Generation Wrestling Podcast PO Box.
Man, we got one of those. Didn't even know.
We don't. But guess what, man? It's this beautiful thing called Zelle. And y'all can hit that Zelle. DM for further details.
You stupid. You stupid. Man, it's time to go. It's 45 minutes of talking. It's time to go. It's time to go. But we'll see y'all guys tomorrow. We'll knock those 2 shows out, then we'll knock out another 2 shows for y'all tomorrow. Then we'll knock out the pay-per-view Saturday, man. Live and direct, Eastside Compound. You know what it is.
And you are listening to the GOW podcast because, we always like to do it with a little hardcore country. Bye-bye, bitch.